Hey everybody! Hey! We are live. Thanks for joining me on this Wednesday night. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Jessica, Michael F, Lynn Smith, Foxy Lady, Rachel H, Lady Ravenshaw. We got No Justice, No Peace, Martin. We got Melanie Sass, Nether's Missing Tooth. We have Gina, we have Mo, we have Kurt W, we have a It Ain't That, we have Chrissy, Elsa Snow, Hi There Just Curious, Lynn Smith, Pagan Ways, Dax, thanks for mudding. I really appreciate that. We also have Pause and Pose, Out of the Attic, Jessica, Melanie Sass, Nectar Pepper, Just Curious, Keto Girl, Bunny, Melon B, Too Many Sodiums, hi there, how are you doing? Leany Bow, Sarah D, Grandma, Spud, General Arin, Sarinthia, Angela L, Carrie, Marissa on a boat, Izzy S, and everybody else. Really appreciate it. Hey there, CM Cakes. Welcome, everybody. First thing, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate that. I did go over a little bit of the 4.5 hour stream, not that much, so I don't really know a lot, but well, waiting on Greg Google. Maybe Greg Google can give us a summary if she so chooses. Also, the panel is open. So if you want to come on panel, all you got to do is hit the link, but just so that we're all on the same page, let us be respectful of other people's, cultures and whatnot, because Chantal was saying a lot of things that were culturally plus racially inappropriate. 3 minutes 48, no, 3 hours 48 minutes in and about 27, 28, 29 seconds. She said she doesn't want any crackers, which I feel is quite inappropriate on her dinner in Cuba stream. She's been saying a lot of things that are insensitive. Well, she's always been like that. Let's just, be straight up about it. And it seems she likes to be with men that are considered minorities. So, once again, please let's not say certain things that we ourselves would be offended at. So, let's get into it. I'll share the invite link once again. If you want to be on panel, come up and be on panel. Yes, Mogul, I did shave finally, right? Island Dreamer, what's up? How are you doing? Are you wanting to come on panel? If so, smash that link. We can talk for a bit. What does crackers mean? Crackers, as in like saltine crackers or white. So means a person that is Caucasian. That's what it means. Um, but yeah, come up. The link is out there. You look 16. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. What can I say about that? Antoinetta, hi there. Exactly, Mrs. Haversham. And Antoinetta, did I say hello to you? If not, what's up? Julie S, Bunny Melon B, what's up? What's going on? Right, Zardos. So, she met some people. Like I said, I just skipped through it for about half an hour. So, who did she meet? She met Alejandro, that's at the bar. Talked to him for a bit. Then she also saw Dennis. Dennis seemed like, I don't know, I only saw like clips here and there of Dennis. I didn't watch the entire conversation, but it seems Dennis doesn't tickle her fancy, and Dennis wanted to also know if she was single. Plus, Dennis came there alone by himself, so I don't know what Dennis's MO is, but Dennis is looking for something, it seems. Debbie08, what's up? We got Greg Grubo behind in the panel. Greg Grubo will definitely give us a recap, so let me put her on right now. Welcome, Greg Grubo. You are live.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, I'm looking like 10 miles of bad road, so I'm leaving my camera off, probably. So I didn't hear what you were saying. So did you recap four and a
And
half hours of
to the
Chantal?
best of my knowledge, I literally only did about 20 minutes, a half an hour skipping through it. So I did see that she ate. I did see that she met Alejandro at the bar. I did see that she met
Hmm.
Dennis. I
Hmm.
did see that she kept on asking random people all sorts of random questions about random things, about some disco that's a bus ride somewhere only on Fridays and Saturdays, and you can
Yeah.
walk back. There's a lot to this. Broccoli Lover says she kept speaking about that poor boy, but in the same breath kept saying how you he was and didn't know if he was of age. She is ridiculous. You mean the Omegle um
There were
boy?
some like there were younger, there are employees sitting around there. She was just making
Oh, okay.
deplorable. So basically, what the gist of it is the evening started out. Chantal goes to dinner. She wears a long sleeve sweater, so she is red like a cherry tomato, and wearing one of her beanie caps. And then she goes back, and changes into the black dress and that blue wig of hers. And the blue wig was looking pretty ratty, like you could tell it had just been stuffed in that suitcase. So, she's, fluffing it out, and she heads on out, to the quote unquote nightclub. Well, she's asking questions. She gets sent to like basically a bar cart where that Alejandro was working. Well, on the way there, she kind of, it was really awkward. Like, so during dinner and while she's walking to find this bar cart, it was just, the typical Chantal giggly, awkward, just laughing too loud, trying to talk to her chat, like, look at me, I'm important. And on the way there, she starts this conversation with somebody. I couldn't tell if she was Quebecois but she spoke French, and Chantal was trying to speak to her in French and finally had to flip to English. But basically, Chantal led the conversation along the path so she could let the woman know, oh, I'm streaming for my fans here. And if you're wondering about me being bald, it's a medical condition. And the woman was like, yeah, I didn't know it was a wig. So Chantal got it out there that she's on this vacation for her fans, and that's why she's streaming, and just kind of then flippantly went about her way. And then she gets to the bar cart, and then there's Alejandro. And there was a woman in the crowd. You heard her say, oh, are you filming? And Chantal goes, yeah, I'm filming for my fans. I think she thought the woman was interested. And the woman said something. And I thought I heard her say, well, I don't want to be filmed. That was her point. I don't want to be on film. And at that point, you see, and if I'm wrong, somebody call me out, but I'm pretty sure the woman was not interested in what Chantal was doing. She didn't want to be filmed. And Chantal goes, oh, yeah, basically, it's not like that. And then you see Chantal's phone or whatever flip, so it's like it looks like she's adjusted it. Well, it's kind of cockeyed. This woman is full on in the frame at this point. Like it was just Chantal power trip. And if I'm wrong, somebody let me know. But it was just Chantal being Chantal. I'll show you. Because the woman was not, in fact, interested in the fact Chantal is a famous YouTuber. So she gets her drink from Alejandro, and it's just cringe, the interaction Chantal's trying to have with him. Her trying to speak Spanish, cringe. Um, and just it's just the awkward giggling and stuff, and then she starts getting the drink in her and starts getting a little more comfortable. And I noticed that as that drink started going down, Chantal started to get a little bit louder, and it went from usually it's like, oh, purple glitter, whatever, yeah, no, just real casual, to all the conversation with the phone. Now everything was with the flair. I guess I should probably turn my camera on. So I look like crap. I don't want to hear it. Um, so there was a lot of, instead of just being, Chantal's like this, there was a lot of, hair flipping and giggling and talking, very flowery, like make almost like making a production out of what she's doing, and hope somebody will notice and ask her about it. So the giggles got louder, and her answers to her audience got louder, and it just got a little more performative, and then at some point, Dennis comes sidling up and starts conversation. And oh, it was so painful to watch because, basically Chantal just dives in. Oh, so you're here alone? And and after meandering, he is there alone, but he's older, so Chantal's not interested. She lets us know later on. And then there was another guy, but he was older and balding, and while she's still talking, like, I'll just go back to Alejandro, because she prefers him younger, she prefers him in shape, blah blah blah. And then we're wandering through the crowd, and there's a performance going on. It's from Moulin Rouge, where, oh, that actor, it's the one where Ewan McGregor and that Spanish actor, I think his name's Alessandro something, where they sing Roxanne in Moulin Rouge, where they have that duet going. Okay, I can't see what's being said, but anyway, so they were performing that, and it was a really good performance. But when it's over, Chantal's like, "Oh, so many whiteheads in the crowd," and then the chat must have asked her, and she's like, "Well, there's so many, basically there's old people and a lot of kids. This isn't my crowd." And so she keeps asking around about this nightclub. I heard about this nightclub. Well, she had her information.
Alessandro Safina.
Safina, yeah, the man has a set of pipes on him. Him and Ewan McGregor were impressive in that movie. So, but Chantal kept asking around for this nightclub, and like, oh, I can't wait to go dancing, and we're getting Studio 56 Chantal now, Well, and she finds out that this club is in fact like a in Havana or something. There is no nightclub there, and she was just, and then once she realized, and like I said, I'm just going off my memory here. It's almost like once she realized there wasn't a club, all of a sudden, remember how this resort was so great? She couldn't wait to spend time here and better the lives of people in Cuba. Well, you get a few drinks in her, and smug, cocky Chantal, YouTuber Chantal, and uh, every time I mean, it went from, oh, I'm streaming for my fans to, oh, I have 91,000 fans, and it was just, oh my God, it was just gross. But her comments were like, "Oh, this place isn't really my style," and "Oh, this isn't what I wanted." And just smug, flippant Chantal. I'm too cool for this place. It's old people and kids. What do you mean there isn't a dance club? And then at some point, it's like, what was it, like 9:30 or something, 10:30 or whatever. She goes up to her room, and when she gets into her room, and she strips off the wig and that black dress that she had on. The black dress that has like little breasticle cloth that kind of goes up along like that. She strips off um the wig and the dress, and you can just see she is drenched in sweat. I mean, drenched in sweat, and she is beet red. Like, and she really wasn't walking that much, but she was beet red. And so she just did her typical, oh, I'm here for you guys, and I'm streaming this, and I'm so sorry I ruined your vacation yesterday because I brought up Nader and Didi, and that was wrong of me, and blah blah blah. And here we are now. So did I get everything? No, but in general, she was got a few drinks in her and got extra insufferable. Oops. Oh, why is this going off? I'm not hearing myself. So okay, sorry.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at chat. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah. So, like I said, did I get everything? Probably not. But in general, that's kind of what happened. And so she went from being awkward, awkward, awkward to just insufferable, just horrible, and just I'm a famous YouTuber, and oh, when she had to bring up I have 91,000 fans and I'm here on vacation for them, it was like Curb Your Enthusiasm level of cringe. It was just so bad.
Hello, everyone.
Hey there, Alan Dreamer. What's up?
Oh,
I'm about to start dreaming on this island I'm on. I'm so tired. But good evening, chat. Good evening. Can't see. It's great.
yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, so Monty, the comments block our names, and so if you're not familiar
Oh,
with
there
who's
it
on,
is. Great
you
people.
can't
Now
see
I
who's
should
on.
know. Yeah, so okay, thanks for that recap because I've been sort of I live on an island as I've said before, and I took a wellness day off today, and I did more touristy activities than Foodie Beauty. And I don't even understand like what she even expected and why she insists on revealing how ignorant she is. I mean, come on, fake it a little bit.
Right?
You go the Copacabana shows in Havana are world renowned. She would be she is really missing out on something. When I went to Cuba, I did not go into Havana. I went into a city called Moron, um, which is where a lot more of a residential area, but they had a lot of old museums and it was quite beautiful. she could book a tour. Once you're at especially in I guess I only know about Kayakoko myself, but you book your tours right there. They pick you up right there. For Havana, I believe you do have to take do have to fly into Havana, but she could afford all of that. She's doing I mean that would be something for her fans um to witness. But what I don't understand is how could she spend at least $1,500 to go to Cuba to stay at this resort and to really and truly just be doing exactly what she does in Ottawa? Complain, moan, talk about nads.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't I don't
do you
understand it.
agree that the way she was speaking, like she really showed her ignorance as to what was available, and like just even like the Casa de Cambio, she just had no idea how to exchange money, and
Well,
she's
see,
been
and
here
the thing
going,
is,
yeah,
there's no
crazy.
excuse for any of that because,
Mm-hmm.
I discussed all of that just from my memory of going there over 10, I think it was at least 10 years ago, if not longer. And there are so many travel advisory websites. There are so many people that do actual vlogs and or blogs that would explain. I mean, sometimes when you're about to travel, you can research everything. Like you can research like what's recommended food, XYZ, what do I need to avoid in this country? Um, all of these things. But it's like, who literally rolls out of bed, books an appointment, books a reservation to go to somewhere where you don't have a clue? Like that's not smart, especially considering what's going on in the world. And then how does she think, I'm sorry, where is the rumor coming from that she might leave early? How is that even possible when all these things are charters? Everything is really down to a science there and well organized. So what is she talking about leaving?
She had made a comment on the first day, and I even said that and now she's saying, oh, I'm staying for the whole time, and we'd even batted it around in conversation in here before that the reason she's saying, oh, I'm staying the whole time is because leaving early isn't an option. It's just
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
I really don't think it is. Or maybe she
but
could get on a cancellation, but
yeah, but still, no. When I say things are super organized, like literally,
mhm.
because when they have to have shuttle buses, like I said, it's at least a couple hours from the airport to Kayakoko and back. So she's gonna have to get up really early, pack her stuff, check out of the resort. They have to store her luggage somewhere in the resort, which they do usually complimentary, before her shuttle bus back to the airport. So and
Wow.
so what is she doing with her time? There's so many Kayakoko tours as well that she could do. Um, compare for the conversion of the Canadian dollar, she could do quite a lot. She can do quite
Yeah.
a lot.
I think part of her problem, well, just even walking from her room to the breakfast, she gets so incredibly red. Like I don't think she's actually
Oh, come on, Great
physically
Grebo.
able.
She walked the Toronto Zoo.
Oh, I know. Yeah, according to her, but it's like, so
Yeah,
like I
but
said, just the little tiny bit of walking she did, she gets like like
hives and stuff scratching.
disturbingly
Yeah.
red. Like you need to drink some more water. She does not look healthy at all, and she was so sweaty when she got back, and it was her
Well, it's
talk
been
of
hot.
leaving.
Like I literally
Yeah.
thought about that today
Hmm.
when I was out and about doing my touristy things, how hot it actually was,
Yeah.
and also uh, how the waters weren't calm at all. It wasn't super rough, but we have a little bit of a. It was hot, yet there was a little bit of a depression in the air in terms of over the water. So I'm not that far from Cuba. We share the same ocean and Caribbean Sea in the middle there. So
I have
um,
a question for you. Um, is Cayo Coco, is it on the windward or the leeward side of the island? I'm just curious.
Oh, they used to have a nickname for me in university because I was the opposite of it. They used to call me the navigator. I have no clue.
Okay.
So, Monty, type that bad boy in. But
I'm
I
just
believe it's
curious.
whatever the windy side is, I believe it's on.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
but like, I'm
windward side.
not quite sure um geographically where it is on Cuba. Um so, and then in terms of currency exchange, like it's not, they explain, I mean, the resort is catered for the tourist, and the resort is catered for the European clientele, not the North American, not the Canadian, because North Americans are not known for being big spenders. Europeans are travelers. They don't just try to find bargains everywhere they go. I'm part of North America as well, and I hunt for bargains. Europeans, they travel, as do a lot of the Asian countries. They're really big travelers. So I really am not sure what Foodie Beauty expected. I guess she expects everyone to recognize her wherever she goes
Mm.
and give two hoots about her.
It was kind of starting to feel like that. Like I said, she got a few drinks in her, and yeah, and as far as you're talking about the different kinds of tourists, so I'm from Alaska, and unfortunately we get a lot of tourists up there, and there really is a difference between the North American travelers
Yeah,
and yeah, the Asian and the European. It's a
yeah,
completely different feel. But yeah, the way Chantal was it was just how her narrative evolved through the night as she got a drink in her, just the hypocrisy abounds. And like I said, that it was Curb Your Enthusiasm level of cringe, just the way she was talking. And I feel so bad for these people that work at these resorts, because it's like, can you imagine this middle-aged, obnoxious North American just sexually harassing you while you're just trying to do your job? I mean, just the way she speaks, like there's flirting and there's toeing the line, and then there's just like, gross disregard for any kind of
yeah.
social norms about what you do and don't say to people in their place of work. It's just gross.
Oh, exactly, Tyra
Yeah.
Mama. I'm with you. I would have been at that beach for hours, chilling, relaxing. Um,
She
not
didn't she didn't bring the
she's on
sunscreen with her.
vacation. What?
She did not even bring the sunscreen down to the beach with her. She put a layer on, and she was sweating by the time she got down to that beach. She did not even bring the sunscreen with her. So by the time she got there, and then she got in the water and flapped around for, and then that was it. Well, I mean, that was it. That was the grand total of the time on the beach, I think, unless I'm remembering wrong. Ray, anybody?
She was only on the beach for like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Oh,
enough,
That's
just
it.
enough time to film, and then
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
it.
to leave. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it was just like all part of the
yeah,
show. Like, oh,
yeah.
look at me. I'm,
Mm-hmm.
in the ocean.
And the audio
I
was
was it.
terrible because
Yeah,
the
because
way
it was
she,
breezy.
yeah, and she
Yeah.
wasn't trying to protect it, so it was just, and it was really Blair
Well,
Witch Project, the shaky cam. Like I was watching it through Monty, and I was getting like, I get motion sickness, and I was like, oh, I can't
but
watch
I
this
mean,
anymore.
sadly, this would have been okay. She just got her channel back. She supposedly bought new equipment, quote unquote, or whatever. Why hasn't she? It's going to be like when she did Toronto, where her so-called um, videos are exactly what she live streamed. You know, she has so much opportunity to actually create actual content. Put her channel back. Um, Return her channel back to its former glory, and make some changes. But all she wants to focus on is the two idiots she's left back in Montreal. Like, seriously, or wherever they are now. Where are they living now?
Gatineau or Montreal, they're in, what's that little suburb of Montreal called, Monty, where Gigi
Lachine.
lives? Lachine.
Lachine. Oh, excuse me, fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That sounds fancy.
I am French Canadian.
Oui, oui. And that's
So yeah.
another thing. I mean, she could there Canada is huge. Like, Canada has more land compared to the United States, which has more population. She could go so many places, flip around her channel, but I'm sorry, I forgot she's lazy.
lazy. That would be a step up. It's just, yeah, and like I said, as she was talking and loose lips started going, it's just her attitude, and she went from I'm the savior of these poor Cuban people to, well, this resort's not really me, just snobby snob. And it's like, what do you expect for $900, Chantal? Like, realistically, what were you expecting for $900 total? You know? And and of all the things you can see and do there, all she does is sit around obsessing about what she's going to eat. Like when she was walking into the dining hall today, is there soup? Soup? Like, what's this new obsession with soup? Um, just
So her
yeah.
trip was only $900. She really went all out.
Let me clarify that. So it was $900 to book 2 seats. She had a package. She actually upgraded the $900 trip to $1,300 plus
Oh,
taxes. So it's actually closer to 1,500 when you
okay.
calculate Ontarian tax or Quebecois tax.
Okay.
Quebec is a little bit more. But originally the trip is supposed to be a package 900. She
Mhm.
had upgrades 1,300 plus tax, so it's closer to 15.
Monty,
Well,
what's on your sweatshirt? I'm sorry,
My
I'm
what's on my
so
what?
distracted. On your sweatshirt.
Oh, it's a heart.
Oh, okay.
So
Monty got
love
heart.
and love. There you go. See, I'm
Oh,
lovey dovey today.
Monty, loving up everybody.
Monty
Yeah.
got love in his heart and his mind.
Yes, indeed.
Let me see those hands, Monty.
Hand check.
So yeah, well, so even for 15, even Ontario, $1,500 for 7 days, that is not bad. It's really not considering meals, it's really not that bad. It's just not that bad.
It isn't
It's
for a week
yeah,
where it's all
yeah,
inclusive. That's actually pretty good, to be
yeah,
honest with you.
Yeah, especially
yeah.
for somewhere like Cuba, that seems like a really good deal.
Is she doing the 5 or the 7 day?
7, she
Seven
said she
day.
leaves on the 5th, April 5th.
Yeah.
So,
She
yeah.
yeah, I don't. Cool. So when is the I need edibles gonna start?
That's a good
Should be
question.
by tomorrow or Friday at the least, where she starts to get
Jump
Chew
the
the
in.
leaf,
hankering.
chew on the palm leaves.
Hmm.
Now, something I was discussing with my husband, um, from what I have, heard and things, the other activities that she likes to partake in that involves, her nose. Um, wouldn't that be easier to technically acquire in Cuba than
Listen to
say like
me.
marijuana?
Cuba doesn't joke around. Okay? Cuba doesn't. My battery's probably gonna die
Hey,
soon, but
Monty,
Cuba
I've
does not
lost all
joke
sound. I'm
around.
gonna back out. If you could put the chat in the or the link in the chat again. I have to back out. I've
Sure,
lost all
we'll do.
sound.
Okay. All right, continue,
Yeah.
Ellen Dreamer.
No, Cuba doesn't joke around. Like you are risking your life, and you start asking around because you people that are working on the resorts, they are checked in and out of that resort. They're not bringing any stuff, risking it for nobody, for no one. And if she would stand a better chance of perhaps scoring something. I have no experience in this, by the way. I'm just bullshitting my way through, but using logic, going into a major city than to seek out such things than on a area that is just for tourists and the workers are literally bussed in and out. So they are checked. They're also remembered and they're allowed to have certain currencies on them and different things like that. They are bussed in because it's not a residential area at all. It's just resorts in that area. So perhaps, yeah, Ray Ray, I know it. She likes everything. She likes the edibles. She likes the powders. So, um, I don't know. Like if when you hear that she's talking about guys, I'm heading into Havana, well, then we know something's up. Because
Okay.
she's already shot herself in the foot with saying she doesn't care about activities and there's too many of this. I don't know who she expected to see. If she wanted to go where young people are and where the parties are, then you go to places like hedonism. You go to different you go to like party places, right? Cuba is for relaxation. It is not a um it's not a party place, but you're going to have good shows because, you know, the Cuba is big on the arts. So people are trained in music. The majority of people that are working at those resorts speak more than one language because they have to cater to so many tourists from all parts of the world. They speak 4 or 5 languages there.
Oh
They
wow.
dance, they sing, they play music. I mean, an
Mhm.
activity that they had like a couple of the evenings that I enjoyed were like trivia things and
Mhm.
just like fun because, you know, musical trivia. And, you know, that's when you get opportunity to meet different people. But she's just trying to meet
Well,
Alejandro,
well,
her
they have
future 90-day fiance.
it sounds like they have some class there, and so I don't think Chantal like class is like she's above class, you know.
She,
I don't
she,
need
take the
stinking
CL
class.
off of that word there.
Yeah, just
Yes.
mm.
Island Dreamer also, where is hedonism? Hedonism 2 specifically.
Yeah, jam down.
Yes, Jamaica.
I
Close to
Yeah,
heard
Negril.
about it.
you know,
Yes.
she
It's
could go like, I mean, if she really wants, like, she could, I mean, plus there are groups that book, you know, groups
Mhm.
to go places. Cruise ships are back out there. We had like this massive one in port yesterday. I'm not used to it yet, but um having everything back in full swing is kind of awkward when they're still making us wear masks, but
Yeah.
the people that come off the cruise ship don't have to, so it's a bit awkward. But
Mhm.
you know, she could have gone if she, okay, she's such a partier in Ontario. Why would anyone think she's going to be a partier anywhere else? She doesn't do anything.
Right? She
I don't
she
know what she expected.
like Chantal's like hobbies are just like gaining weight, you know, and eating food that's terrible for her. I mean, she just has no interest in anything
Yeah.
that would broaden her horizons and like I said, her speak about the employees of, and like I said, I like a good joke and I like a hot guy, you know, but there are lines you just don't cross, and she just was running her mouth, and it was so cringe. It really was.
Yeah, I mean, has a tendency to have verbal diarrhea. I just saw a comment from Amber. You're absolutely right, Amber. She way too soft for hedonism. I am way too soft for
Mm-hmm.
hedonism, and you know,
Yeah.
I like to think that I can hang, but you really hang when you're there. So,
Yeah.
um, she could, and she likes to be naked online. She could have gone to some places that allow nudity. In Cuba, you can actually sunbathe topless.
Right.
The tourists walk around topless, like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I saw a little too many European breasts for my liking, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to see that. You
Yeah,
know,
gravity.
I
It's
really
not just a
don't.
good idea, it's the law.
Yeah,
Put a
but
bikini on, lady.
well, even in Ontario, right? Is it still the law in Ontario where you could be topless?
yes, I do believe so.
Yeah.
And Michael
So,
F is right. She's into beefanism. She'll have a lot of that in hedonism too. I'll tell you that.
woo, beef should be choking on that beef. Sorry, too much.
I've even heard about hedonism and I'm old tired, but yeah, so I don't know if maybe she thought her VIBs were dumb, or because it was really, it was just, oh, I need to come up with a better word than cringe, but how she kept walking around and asking for this club until somebody finally explained it to her.
What
But
time of
she
day
was
was this? And during the
this
day,
was
she's asking about.
no, it's when after she went to dinner. So she went to dinner by like 6:30, and so I'd say about 8 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock. She had her first drink in her hand because she made a
Yeah.
comment. Oh, it's 8 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock she's walking around this resort that she later proclaims is full of old people and kids looking for the nightclub, and apparently she saw some flashing lights out of the corner of her eyes, and I guess it was like a light show for, like, the musical
Oh
or
no,
whatever they're
my
having.
battery.
And then she made a comment like, "Oh, that's not for us." But it's like, God forbid anybody getting a culture. But yeah, she had done like not even 0% looking into this. I'd say she was in the negative percentiles as far as researching what it was. Yeah, I need to come up. Somebody give me a better word than cringe. It's just, oh, shockingly cringy.
Well, it depends on, like, sometimes it's awkward what she does. Like, it's different. I think you could put different terms to the different situations that she's in. Um
Yeah.
cuz yeah, it's definitely awkward at times. That's for sure. Like, I get
Yeah.
awkward. Stupid train.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awkward, cringy, just
Yeah, I just
so
love it how she keeps asking people, everybody, for directions. Where's the club? Where's this? Where's that? I'm like,
yeah.
can you just please do something on your own, please?
Yeah, that was something else I commented on is she was almost Chantal's an intellectual mooch. She is so used to not doing anything on her own and having the VIBs do it that she just walks up to people and throws questions at them and expects them to answer her questions when she could very easily walk her fat ass up to the and I don't mean that as in oh she's over. I'm just the general term walk your fat ass up to the concierge. Um and but she let that it's a term I came up with is she's an intellectual mooch is she just throws things out and accosts people with these questions and it's so awkward that they just kind of start answering them to get the awkward weird drunk lady away from you though it's like gesturing wildly in front of her phone and seems to have a relationship going on with it. So, yeah, she can't be bothered to find out anything. And when the VIBs can't answer, she will then find somebody in the crowd and start. She does to the people at the resort what she does to the VIBs. It's I don't know, like if they could set up some kind of sociology experiment with her because she is just some next level. Interesting.
Yeah, honestly, it's like watching her, particularly today, like because I was like in and out, kind of like brought it up and down and different
Mm-hmm.
things. It's like I just kept getting like at certain points I would just get like secondhand embarrassment like for her, just like watching it. You're just like
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Mm-hmm.
like you feel embarrassed for her. Like how do
Mm-hmm.
you not feel like that type of way? Just
Yeah.
I don't know. Me sitting behind the screen, I'm just like I myself wouldn't do that because I just like yeah, it just felt
Yeah.
so not right.
Yeah, like I had to physically walk away, like, oh, no, 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 and like walk away from the screen. And it's like,
Yeah.
you've got some powerful mojo going on when I'm reacting to, like, I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
oh, just she can't read a room and, you know, yeah, and how she awkwardly brought up, well, I bald because of medical reasons. Oh, I didn't know it was a wig. And it's just like, oy vey.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the way she brought that up too, it was like there was like the fact that she's like, yeah, I'm different too because I'm bald. Like the lady, like nobody would have known you were bald, ma'am. Like
yeah,
nobody would have nothing. You just threw that in there for no reason. Like you could have said like, yeah, I'm overweight and blah blah. But no,
yeah,
she had to bring like the bald in there because she's bald. And
yeah,
then like, oh yeah, it's from the hair loss or whatever, whatever
yeah.
she said. But
It's medical, Ray. It's
yeah,
medical.
it's just like it's so frustrating though that she had to bring that up and then just put in there that yeah, it's like it's medical and there's it's just the whole thing is just really frustrating. And if you think about it, technically it is medical, but her fault
Mm-hmm.
because of
Exactly.
everything that that's happened.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was
What are
like she was fishing for compliments almost, like throwing these things out there and oh, I didn't even know you look lovely. It's like don't fish for compliments. That is the worst thing. I can't stand watching that. I really can't.
I was
Go ahead,
gonna
Monty.
say about the Dennis. I think she's gonna see Dennis again. I think Dennis is fishing and Dennis has his eyes on her. Isn't
Yeah.
Dennis from Toronto? He says he's originally from Newfoundland, but
He
wasn't he
was a
saying
newfie
yeah,
originally. I didn't catch where he
I think it
lived
was Toronto.
now. Okay, the six.
In the
So
six, yes.
maybe he's a friend of Saji. No. Regardless of what Chantal says about, oh, he's old, he's fat, he's bald, I'm not interested. I know thirsty when I see it. Chantal needs attention. She needs some kind of attention, and he showed some kind of attention because before she had a chance saying, "Oh, he's not what I'm looking for," the giggling, the hair flipping, the flushing. Me thinketh the lady does protest too much, and she'll tell us that, "Oh, he's not my type, and he's too old, and he's too this." Nah,
Yeah,
like I said, I
Krista Marie, Dennis definitely goes on these trips to hook up. There's always gonna be guys that do that sort of stuff. But it's kind of weird that Dennis is doing it at Hotel Trip Cayo Coco. Like, why aren't you at Sol, or what's the other one? I'm forgetting what the name is. There's like two of them that you could go
Hedonism?
to. No, they're specific to Cayo Coco, but yeah,
Oh,
if you definitely want to hook up, you go to Hedonism too. People from all over the world go there specifically because it's, you can hook up. That's
yeah.
it, right? Like,
And
yeah.
and Chantal did say it wasn't. She said, "Oh, I'm here alone." She termed it in some way that came across as like, "Oh, I'm really alone and desperate." Like, does anybody remember the specific? Because I remember my brain went, because it wasn't just I'm here alone. There was a caveat to it, like I'm totally alone or just something like that.
Yeah, see, I never saw the interaction with Dennis during that part.
Oh,
I had cut out, I guess, and then when I came back, she was talking about Dennis, and people were talking about Dennis, and like I keep getting like some people are like, oh, she's like she made it out to seem like he wanted her, but he didn't, and then some people were like, oh yeah, he totally wanted her, and so like I'm kind of like on the like, did he want her or did he not want her? Because I didn't see that part like at all.
I think I don't think Dennis would have kicked her out of bed for eating crackers, and I don't know, but to me it kind of had the hook up scenario feel, just his chit chat and stuff. So, and because I've been hit on like a billion times, so and it had that feel to it, like, hey, I'm alone, you're alone, you know. So, but I
Okay.
could be. He just seemed a little interested, and then it was funny. There was a guy in the background. I don't know. He must have heard YouTube, and there was a guy who was standing way far back in the frame that was like this, trying to stay in frame, totally photobombing. It was hilarious. He just stayed real stiff and like kind of kept tracking with this big cheesy grin on his face. It was great. Had nothing to do with Dennis Foodie, nothing. I think he saw a camera and was like, it was
He's like, I
awesome.
want to be on film. Hey.
Yeah. Yep. It was funny for her. I'm streaming for my 91,000 fans. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The
Oh,
warehouse
that's
is
funny.
across from you guys.
3 days ago, you didn't have 91,000 fans. So, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the whole interaction and everything with Alejandro, right?
Yes.
Alejandro, and then she's going around saying his name, singing his name out in public and stuff, and it's like how embarrassing. Like people are like, because she was saying it out loud and stuff, and people knew that that's Alejandro from the bar, so they're like, what the heck
Mhm.
is this lady like?
Yeah.
This crazy lady talking about the guy from the bar, like it's a little weird, little much.
It was just like an Alejandro this and Alejandro that, and like she was going on about Alejandro kind of the way she used to go on about McStabby, and it's just the guy's just trying to do his job. He was nice to me. Well, it's his job to be nice.
Facts, exactly. It's
He
like
wanted,
he's nice
Yeah.
for a reason, right?
yeah, he wanted
For the
money. He
Yeah.
wanted
tips.
tips.
They
Yeah.
work on
Yeah.
tips. Yeah. It's like anybody that's ever tended bar knows you're nice. The bigger the troll, the nicer you are, because they tend to have the most money. That's just how it rolls. So, um, let's see. Tweets ask, is $5 a lot to a bartender? I guess in Cuba. Is $5 a lot to a bartender in Cuba? I'm gonna assume that's what you mean. Tweets
Yeah,
ask that question.
have no idea which Island Dreamer was still here to
Yeah.
answer that question, or Kidney J, because they've been to Cuba. I'm not really sure how that would equate. I guess it would be. Clark E says no. I was gonna say
Oh.
$5 is a lot to me
Mm.
here.
Well,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
I'm like, I
$5
like
is a lot
five
of money.
dollars. Yeah,
if you're like tipping per drink,
buy me two
like $5,
burgers, the value
Yeah.
menu,
that's a good amount. Yeah. But if you
right?
get like 20 drinks and then afterwards you're drunk as heck and you're like, okay, here's $5, then I'd be like,
Yeah. Mm.
no.
No, I get it. And earlier, Chantal kept. One thing I noticed is, and tell me if I'm wrong, was my imagination, or she was giving the ladies $5 bills, but she was giving the men 20s. Like, did I read that wrong, or was that what was happening?
I had
Was that if?
mentioned
Go
I
ahead.
had mentioned that earlier. My throat is like being all crazy. But I had mentioned that earlier. I had noticed that in the very first stream that she did.
Okay.
She had mentioned going and exchanging money, and that because she specifically said and that she exchanged the money for her, and that she gave her a $5 tip. But then she kept going on later about how, you know, she was giving this person 20 or this, that. And so I specifically kept that in mind and noticed that she did mention that she gave the lady the $5, but then the guys and this she was giving 20 and stuff. So yeah, I noticed that as well.
Sorry, I was drinking with my mic on. I know that's disgusting. I apologize. Okay, well, good. I'm glad that it wasn't my imagination. And I just, like I said, it's the housekeepers, I'm pretty sure they tend to be female. It's just weird. She's oddly focused on the male staff and how awesome they are, but just can't be bothered with 50% of the Earth's population. You know, if 50% of the population of Cuba are women, Chantal, and they too are oppressed, as you've stated, right? They're oppressed. They all need help. Or is it only the hot, he's wanted me. Sorry. You know, the hot young guys that need Foodie Beauty's financial help, and everybody else can go kick rocks. You know, it's just.
Well, because to her, you know, the women have no. The way I see it, to her, the women have no value to her. Really, like, you know, they're just
competition.
Like, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. They're just competition to her, and so, you know, she's like, hey, let me just talk to the guys. Forget about these ladies. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it just, like I said, the drunker she got, the worse the conversation became, and just. I really wish you could just pull up the part where the first time she pulled out, I'm a YouTuber, I'm streaming for my fans, and the wig. Like that was like 4 minutes of internet gold. It was just, yeah. So I don't know what the plan is. Does anybody remember what her plan was? Because she was kind of drunk. And like I said, it's all sunshine and rainbows right now, but I think the tedium and the bore, it's going to start kicking in tomorrow. The fact that she's clean, and she did say, I can't drink a lot. It tears her stomach up. There's still something going on with my stomach. You're 400 pounds. You've got a non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and no gallbladder.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it was yesterday, she messaged Nether, kept on copying and pasting the same message 100 times. So that's gonna be another problem.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's probably messaging him or calling him right now.
Does she have an unlimited data plan? Because she only apparently and I'm sure you'll remember this, she has to go get a new piece of paper with a new Wi-Fi password or whatever it is every day. It's unlimited, but she has to go down to the front desk and get a new Wi-Fi password every day. And so I'm wondering, like, when it cuts out, is she just burning up data until she makes it down to that front desk to get the piece of paper with the new Wi-Fi password? Because you remember her saying that, right, Ray? That
yes, it's daily. Plus,
too?
she has a package where it's $14
Okay.
a day for her to use her native data. I'm not. It probably does come with text.
Yeah.
But yeah, $14 a day. But it seems the Wi-Fi is oddly good enough. I was surprised actually.
Well, yeah, she said it's good in the main areas. In her room, if she doesn't move, it seems like I'm going to guess in her room, it's probably dependent on what's going on in the rooms around her. Maybe like is it dogging because there's just not the bandwidth? Because I don't know, but she did say the main area it's really good, and then once you get up to her room, it gets more into like the potato quality of streaming. But she's just and she did comment like, oh, maybe I'm dehydrated, and I'm like, is she drinking enough liquids? Because I keep going back to this, but and I am a giver of no damns when it comes to Chantal, but she was scarily red at a couple points today where I'm like, oof, you might want to slow down, Cupcake, because and she's got those filters on her phone, and I keep going back to if she's showing up red through those filters, what color must she
she's super
actually
red.
be?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, are her feet actually purple? Like, these are concerns.
Yes. Foxy Lady says, I think she will try to find a way to leave early. Well, I think Island Dreamer said this is all charter stuff. It is like run like a engine, so to speak, like engine parts run together in harmony, in unison, in harmony. Where unless it's like a medical reason, plus even with that, they would try and get you help locally first before
Yeah.
flying you out.
She ain't
But
going anywhere.
you don't leave early. You stay until it's time for you to leave.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave, Chantal. Oh, sorry. Where is it? Somebody was asking, where is it? Somebody asked if I had seen her Tinder messages. I'm trying to find the somebody wrote
What?
in chat. Somebody in chat wrote, darn it, where is it? They tagged me in it, or they asked if we had seen her Tinder messages from. So I'm not
Great
quite
Grebo,
sure.
did you see her chat? Someone want her to go on Tinder.
Oh, no, I did not, because I would have smack talked that.
Did you see her chat? Someone wants her to go on like what chats? Where?
Oh, like her VIB chats? Oh, the VIBs want her to go on a date, on a
Oh.
Tinder date. Put a one in chat if I
Oh,
got that right.
okay.
I
That makes sense.
don't pay attention to the VIB idiots. I really don't. But if that's what it sounds like they're urging her to go on a date.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because they're
Some people have that still. Like what they'll do, they have their
Yep.
phone active on Cuba, and then they can still match up. Like it'll say where you're originally from, unless you change that, and then you can see how far away somebody else in. Like let's say I'm originally from London, UK, right? But I'm like 5 miles or 5 kilometers away. I've heard that happening a lot of time where people from all over the world, they go to a different town or city vacation, and then they'll hook up for the while. The tryst, so to speak. It happens. Island Dreamer, you're back.
Oh,
Welcome
hi,
back.
Sabrina. See, I saw your one. So Sabrina said, "Yep, that's what she meant. Is the 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 VIB, the intellectual hub of the universe, is trying to get her to go on a Tinder date."
I like that, the international hub of the universe.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, we had a question for you, Island Monty. What was the question we had for Island Dreamer? Remember, I asked a question and we had no answers.
$5 is okay
Oh,
for a
yeah,
tip.
there we go.
Tip who?
Tip
$5.
like bartender.
Yeah, the bartenders.
Well, no. I'm not sure. I know usually for a lot of those things, like for me, because the crew stays the same for the duration, like you save up a big tip for the end. Um, um, because they really, I don't know if it's still as controlled as it was when I was there, but you can't be having a whole lot of money because they're going to ask you where it comes from. It is a communist country, so everything is very much controlled. And yeah,
That makes sense.
I mean, what she could do what I do when I travel, wherever I travel to, is I try to find out um, what's acceptable there, what's going to put them in less trouble. Um, uh, that's why it suggested, which I think she said she took some things along to give away. That's if that happens. I saw a screenshot. I think I was listening to Just Breezy, and where like she's got like her stuff. I mean, obviously, I tend to be more neat than I am at home when I travel because I'm
Me
very
too.
considerate of the limited time that housekeepers are given to clean the volume of rooms that they have to clean. And her room looks like she's got 2 kids in it, and herself and a pet and just stuff like strewn about the place. Um, I don't understand. I really don't understand her. I mean, there's no
Did
excuse.
you catch the Toronto trip? What that hotel room looked
Yeah,
like over
yeah.
just that short weekend? So,
Well,
yeah.
unfortunately, what I remember most is the ring around the tub, is the tub, the tub, the
Oh,
tub.
yeah. It was bad.
Uh,
It
I mean
was,
that needed
yeah.
one of Monty's epic. Oh no, 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 no! Oh no!
Can I get that
Oh
as
no,
my
no! The
ringtone?
famous one. The famous one. What is that?
Oh
What are
That's
no, no,
perfect.
What are
no.
those? Yeah.
That's what you should do, Monty, is you should sell those as ringtones like for on your spring tea store, like for five
Yeah,
ninety nine. Oh
Monty.
no,
We're gonna
oh
need
no,
a
no,
what do you call that thing that ALR is trying? Even though she
Oh,
doesn't know how to roast anyone to save her life,
is it like the one where
a
you
cameo.
yeah,
Cameo?
cameo.
cameo,
Yeah,
yes.
cameo.
there
I
you
mean, these
go.
girls are pulling out the stops. Wait till Foodie Beauty tries the cameo.
Right? She's gonna show up with cotton mouth. He's
Now
mine.
that's where
He
she could make money. Oh,
Now, if
uh,
if she did cameo, who thinks that people would buy cameos just to make her do the craziest of things on there?
the VI idiots, they seem
Yeah.
to be willing to pay for nothing, so they'll definitely pay for something.
Right? Oh my goodness. Um, I agree 1,000% that the levels, but the thing is we can see Chantal is pretty much will do anything for money. She got desperate, and we had, the Peeps massacre of, March 2022 and stuff, and so, she gets hurt for money. She's,
Ah,
yeah.
Michael Furberger's comment. She uses Hameo. That's funny. I mean, Monty, this chat's on fire tonight. Oh my
Wah,
gosh.
wah, wah.
Mm-mm.
It always is. I'm
And then,
telling you, I love
yeah,
I
I finally figured out. I 'cause before I didn't know how to see the chat because I'm like I'm missing out.
oh
Yeah, I have my phone up because there's no way I'm going on panel and missing the chat because it's awesome. This chat is
Mhm.
awesome. Like
Is it
we have
focus
more
on
fun.
yeah, see,
focus on you?
I'm on my
She's
iPad, so I have split screens. So I have
yeah
like
Oh,
the chat and stuff over here, and I have like you guys over here, so I can see both at the same
yeah.
time.
I'm gonna.
Focus on you says that she was a hotel made a few years ago, and people are gross. Yeah, I don't even understand it. I really don't understand. I mean, Chantal was seemed to be so impressed by the amenities, and I'm like, she's been to the top of one of the top hotels in Toronto, and she's impressed by those amenities. I really didn't understand. I really didn't. I don't understand her. I don't at
I think it
all. Like,
goes back to no class. Like it's and I'm not saying this in a shady way, but it's like classy and garish, and so there's expensive and then there's wealthy. Do you see what I'm saying? Like she
yes, yes,
has no
definitely, yeah.
appreciation. Like,
No, because she
I
doesn't value anything or anyone.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
just
I could walk
herself.
into the Metropolitan Museum of Art and, like, see those 15th century, 16th, 17th century rooms, or like Louis the 15th's dressing room, and I have some appreciation for, like, that is a beautiful, decorations and stuff. I don't think I think like more is more with Chantal, you know.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
She's like
I
Baz
can't. My
Luhrmann
only
with the
problem is I
blue
don't have
hair.
my glasses on, so I can't read some of these names. Val, I'm gonna say it wrong. Something about J Forever 5. Money don't buy you class. Yeah, I know that's right. Hmm.
If it did, she'd have a lot of it.
Hmm. Yeah,
She
exactly. And it's weird.
apparently. Mm,
I'd say she'll go cheap on some things, like things that just make no sense to go cheap, like your comfort flying to this place and all the stress she went through versus just buying another seat. But yet she'll go spend like $600 on just junk. I
that's
really
because she
don't.
doesn't look. She doesn't understand. It's found money for her. It like
Yeah.
and it's really sad because she could um she could really do so much with all the money she has on for self-improvement, for herself,
Hmm.
for her health. Um
her
I don't
community.
understand why she doesn't see. I guess it's because like now she refuses therapy altogether. Like I don't even understand. Like she doesn't want to self-improve. She wants to self-destruct
Mm-hmm.
and then blame somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
She,
God. The afterlife said, oh, the afterlife said, Foodie Beauty said Dee Dee's lips were chapped on both ends. I
Oh
don't
my god.
understand.
oh,
Did
bum
she
bum.
really say that?
Monty, no,
Why?
no, no, come on. Did she really do that? Did she really do the down
Do
on Dee?
Do you remember that, Great People?
I I didn't hear her say that, or maybe when she was raging. But the thing is when Chantal rages, like I kind of, it's like I always say this, Charlie
So,
Brown adults, wah 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 wah
yeah,
wah.
yeah.
I just tune
I
her out
mean, well,
because
I know one thing. She wouldn't have had anything positive to say about Dee Dee, so it's not that
yeah,
far-fetched.
yeah, but no labia shaming.
Oh, no, no, no.
Labia shamer. So
Mm.
I
Well,
think Chantal would be the last one to you know,
can you
like
right,
imagine?
she
yeah.
But
wouldn't have really
is it
talked about.
possible that the reason that she decided to spill the beans was because she feels safe that she's outside of Canada? I mean, she has to
I
go back. I don't
I
understand that whole mess though. Did she really say that she was willing to drop the charges just so she could um sleep with
Yes,
Nader?
I have the
yes,
clip in my
yeah,
20
Those
Yes.
minutes
words
video.
came out of her
yeah,
mouth?
Yes.
yeah.
Hmm.
And she said hurt people, and like basically I'll get even,
Oh
you know,
yes, I
I'll
remember
show you
that.
it. And it goes back to, I have some of her own words clipped down on my channel, and I'm real tempted to take this new set of words and edit that down and be like, chapter 2 of, but it's just, I believe a thousand
Oh,
percent, yeah. So I think the reason this stuff is falling out of Chantal's mouth is because I think she's angry things didn't go the way she did, and now I think she's mad that she did that because, Chantal was giving pleasure to this woman she hates, and so you just got to
I
admit it. There's
I don't
there's
know.
pitching and there's catching, and Chantal
It's
feels disrespected and she didn't get what she wanted and stuff, and so
Listen,
she's got a
those
smack talk.
three, those
Mm,
three are known to be lions. So this could be another creation. And Too Many Sodium says, I think she spilled tea because she's sober and pissy. I
yeah,
agree. I
withdrawals.
co-sign that comment. To Sodium, she's definitely salty. Mm-mm.
So, so I'm not the only one then who, because I didn't necessarily want to come out and say it, but I'm not the only one then that thinks that this whole thing with the three of them that happened this weekend and all that and her, I'm not the only one that thinks that this could all just be
Well,
like
I
a,
think I think the only truth of that is that she did the driving. Her intention of doing the driving was to convince them because she wanted time alone, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
Mama Didi was protecting her man's,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well,
So,
and Chantal said, well, he must have wanted to go because he got in the car with me. So she was mincing words and she was picking and choosing the facts she was
okay,
going to present.
how
But
how long has she been with Nadir gonads, whatever? Like, why is she so locked into him? Is it because of the drug
I think
fueled
I
sessions?
think it's because he told her no. I really do. I think on the front end, like she had a plan, she had a thought, and the one that got away, and maybe he
Oh
played
yeah,
hard
she
to
planned
get,
to be
you
married
know.
by now. She
Yeah,
already put up
yeah.
the picket fence.
And overall, why she, I don't know, but I really think it started out as, it was just, maybe just, you're here for a good time, not a long time. And he told her to kick rocks, and Chantal thought, oh no, you didn't, like she had plans and stuff, and she didn't like being told no. And now it's probably, I think it's evolved into some kind of really toxic codependent, just, I don't even know what it is. But now she's got it in her brain that she loves him, but when she's raging, you'll hear her say, well, I don't even think this is really love. You
Oh
remember
God,
saying
she's
that,
such an
like,
idiot.
or
Jesus.
something along those lines. So, but
Mm-mm.
at this point, I think I think a lot of it's about winning at this point.
Winning what? What is the
The game,
prize?
the toxic codependency prize.
Oh
Play
gosh.
stupid games, win stupid prizes. I
Okay,
get
so
like
that
I don't.
that that
Yeah.
sounds like, not to be crackhead shaming, but that sounds like crackhead behavior.
Yeah, this is as my sister would say, some tweaker bullshit, and it's like
So
so
yeah.
far she's won, the green peen, bacteria vaginosis, maybe
Jesus.
some unknown bacterial or fungal
And that's,
infections. Like,
and that's the stuff
yeah,
that she chooses to share.
yeah,
Oh my
it's
God. Well, Cherry Metha says it in caps. It is all lies about the threesome. Chantal always says she's had threesomes. Mhm. Yeah, she's had. Oh, that's true. If we
yeah.
go back to those
Chantal
historic
has,
stories, she's
yeah,
done it all.
the when she
Oh, the famous
soiled
bathroom
herself
one.
on
Hmm.
both ends in this
Yeah.
couple's. And remember, she was joking about how the lady had a beaver that started at her ankles because she didn't shave her legs
Oh
or
my.
something like
I
that.
can't. Let me
The
mute my
squirrel,
mic.
they had the stuffed squirrel or something, and she was squirrel shaming and stuff. But yeah, she
Oh, it had a name. Isn't that it had a name?
the stuffed squirrel.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
So the thing is like, um, I think Chantal thinks she's a bad girl, and so she goes along with these things. But I think it gets awkward. I think she doesn't know what to do, and I think in her mind she's panicking the entire time. Plus, let's face it, if it's true, she went down on somebody she hates. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Sade or whatever, the squirrel. That was the name of the
yeah,
squirrel.
exactly. And speaking of Sade, this has nothing to do with it, but yes, I think Sade was its name. Did Natter film any of this? Like, is there a film of this somewhere? And is that why she's been spinning out? There's just so many possibilities.
Did her bedmates talk about this in their videos after,
I
like his
don't watch
lives?
them.
No, he
Um,
doesn't bring any of this stuff up. Like they do not talk
So do
about
you
it.
think once again, like she broke the code, like it was supposed to be quiet and they fell for it? How suspect is that? Like the same
what happened?
repeated behavior to draw attention. So people are going to go over to his channel now thinking he might spill the lakmas, but he's not going to.
I think that his lawyer or the
He's
cops have
playing
told
it
him to.
safe.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
But
Well,
is he
And
though? Oh, so he's okay.
and
But
yeah,
getting in the
and
car with an unstable person, that sounds pretty stupid to me.
well,
Like
Well,
she
he
could have
is a
flipped on him.
he was
well
saving $200.
yeah. The
It's
one
just
thing
all
that
about the dollars.
the one thing that Chantal said, that if you listen between the rambling, is she said, "Well, I don't understand why they would want me to go over to his place when, the cops are right down the street and can see me there versus some undesert, or what was the word? Some strange hotel somewhere else." Like, does anybody else remember her saying that? Like, why did we have to go back to his place or her place or whatever because the cops are down the street, they know my car,
yeah.
when he and I could have just went to some random hotel? She was really angry because Dee
Mm,
Dee apparently,
mm.
and this is all filtered through Chantal, but Dee Dee kept saying, "No, Natter, you're going to get in trouble, don't do
Yeah.
that." And so
Hmm.
we're only hearing Chantal's side, and Chantal's making it sound like Natter wanted to go with her. I don't know if I believe that so
Oh God,
much.
yeah,
But
Carolina chick, I agree with you. I think, yeah,
Mhm.
Carolina chick from Brooklyn made a comment that said that Dee Dee and Nadir are hustlers together. Yeah, I can see that. They're all just playing her,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
she likes to, and I think, yeah, I think Great said it already that she thinks she's winning, but she didn't start the game. Nad started it, and
Mhm.
he's winning the
Yeah,
so-called game.
player can't play a player, and it's like she might be
Ah,
good within
yes.
her arena, but she took it to the streets, and let's just
Yeah,
face
she's
it,
way out of her lane now.
Natter
She's
is
way out of
way
her
more
lane.
streets. Like, Chantal's about as street as like a Tiffany's box. No, and so I think she's seen some movies and she thinks she could be street and act street, but she's out of her depth, I feel. And so, yeah, I'm sure he's leading her. I don't think he expected her to go press charges on him, and that's a whole nother thing. That, And so, but I do think on some level she still thinks this is a game, and I'll win.
Something I noticed, I think it was yesterday while she was ranting or something. She had mentioned because she had mentioned how she's always like trying to get a hold of Natter, and she's always like trying to talk to Dee Dee to get to Natter and this and that, and that Natter had mentioned that if if I don't do what you want, are you gonna get me put in jail or something like that? And so that makes me think like did Natter almost like, well, if I don't like go along with what she wants right now and like all that, then like she's gonna go to the cops again and tell him all this other stuff and like get him put in jail.
Yeah, is she blackmailing him? Is she
No,
blackmailing
but
him?
I think she'd like to think so, but he knows what he's doing. I just saw a comment. I can't remember that. I think, oh my God, who's it from? I can't remember now. Something about Nectar, where she said, she's about a street of Sesame Street. Oh my gosh.
Right? It's true though. And so,
Oh,
maybe
Nectar
that,
Pepper.
maybe Natter, like, let her think she's winning, and maybe he's feeding her just enough things and telling her just enough, to keep her happy, because she really thinks, and is he actually
But I
saying,
mean,
I
everyone
still,
has told her repeatedly from day one, not even just FFG, everyone, even some of her own VI idiots have been telling her, because for a while they even hated to hear his name. And I think even when whatever happened with them, people were still angry with her for in their chat saying to stop talking about it, stop talking about him. Like she keeps, and then didn't she make some comment where she's like, she has to get it out, and why can't this
yeah.
be her platform to get it
Well,
out?
this last weekend where she disappeared, she's actually lost some paying VIBs. Like I said, privy to some information. Some paying members have, I'm out, coach. They're not having it anymore. Like, of all the things she could do, they would stand by her, but this is the one thing that they will not abide. So she's costing her bottom line, but
So
for
I
this
noticed like
obsession.
she's getting about like 20 something thousand views. Is she getting her AdSense yet, Monty? What's going on with her
I
streams
think
now?
she needs to remonetize her videos. I think they've been demonetized, so she needs to
Oh, so she's
do that.
back on. So how does she do that? What's that? Or that's something that
It's a
YouTube
really
decides
simple
when?
process. All you got to do is like check mark what's on in your studio. You hit all, then you go to
But
She's got to click.
monetization, and then put
She's
it
got to
on.
click buttons.
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
Yeah,
like
she has to do
three,
stuff.
she
and
can't
then
Well,
you hit
because
maybe
her
save.
someone,
phone is
maybe
the
her office manager, Minx, will do it for her.
Maybe.
Well, she like Monty was saying, like, she would need to fire up that laptop. She couldn't figure out how to plug in. Two grown adults, 20 minutes, couldn't figure out how to plug it in. So,
And
but
they
it,
both
like,
are IT people. Isn't that what Pete's former job? He was like customer service. He has to use a laptop all the time.
well, yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
thought he was supposed to be like techie. Like I thought he was like
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
be
he's
that
as
type of
techy
person.
as a My Little
Pete,
Pony.
yeah,
Sure.
Pete's is
Techie
about as
Pete with his 8
techie as,
gigabyte RAM.
yeah, Pete's technical capabilities as Chantal's dietitian abilities. They're about on par, just like, um, so
They're the perfect
it's.
couple.
Yeah, so maybe if she listens to this stream, Chantal, you need to remonetize your videos. Pull out that laptop that you took up all that space and weight getting to Cuba. Plug it in. So
So she has it with her. Has she used it yet?
No, she hasn't. She has it with her. Why not?
Maybe she'll leave it and donate it to the people of Cuba.
and the thing is did she get an adapter, like a phone? An adapter to charge your phone is one thing, but an adapter like for a laptop, I always make sure like any electronics like that high end are plugged in through a power surge protector. I wouldn't just slap an adapter and plug my laptop directly into any wall. So I don't think I think she'll wait till she gets home. Or I guess if she's bored and raging, I think the boredom's coming up. I think the withdrawal from the the ganja's upcoming. She said several times today that, "Oh, I can't drink. It makes my stomach hurt." And I also think, I don't think she's getting enough to eat, because I've noticed when she sits down to eat, how usually it's like, she takes forever chewing and talks real slow. This almost seems ravenous. Like, do you guys see it, where she's really eating when she eats, and big gestures like, "Oh, this is really good," and stuff like
Like
that.
a
But
toddler.
yeah, but I don't think she's getting to eat as much as she wants to eat. And so and maybe I'm completely wrong, but it
You
just
think
seems like
she's
when she
hungry?
yeah, so she's extra focused, because as soon as breakfast was over, she was already concentrating on what time's lunch. And then by the time lunch was over, she was concentrating on what time's dinner, supper,
Well,
whatever you want to call it.
Okay, now to be fair, and only when I'm on vacation do I make sure I eat my 3 meals a day and snacks in
Because
between.
you paid
Because
for it.
when you're on, but no, not only that, but well, unlike Foodie Beauty, people that have a real job, like you
Hmm.
don't really get to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like you
Yeah. And
just
somebody
hustle,
else
you know?
cooking it for you too.
Yeah.
Like somebody else
So yeah,
prepared
and then
this.
you also have to sort of also most of the resorts have like a couple different restaurants.
Hmm.
Some of them are buffet, some of them you have to book. So she would have to
Hmm.
actually have to put some thought into which restaurant she wants to go to, actually
Yeah.
book a reservation, um,
Hmm.
depending
And
on the restaurant, you
she
know?
keeps repeating, "Oh, there must be seafood. They're known for their seafood. They're gonna serve seafood." It's like
No,
somebody
Cuba's
put it
not
in
known
her.
for seafood. I don't know where she
That's
gets that from.
that's
Like I said, they
that.
cater to Europeans.
Yeah,
They literally had
yeah,
rabbit on the menu, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
I don't want that. But they're,
That's
you know? Mm.
because she keeps repeating this, and somebody. Well, it's like she kept repeating this amazing nightclub she was going to see. Somebody put it in her head. It's an island, so they must be known for seafood.
Somebody put it
But
in her head.
yeah,
That would
and
be
she's
one of
done.
her VMA
Yeah,
idiots. Yep.
and she's done no research, because as soon as you said they cater to Europeans, I'm like, local seafood is not what the Europeans are
No.
known for.
But obviously she can get fish. Like they have different themed restaurants, so they probably have a
Okay.
more of a seafood, or every menu would have something for people that don't eat meat, don't eat, sorry,
Okay.
beef or chicken, you know. Um, she could always order fish sticks from the kids menu because that's about as that's about where her level of taste is. Because she really
Minced
doesn't,
pollock.
yeah, she really doesn't. We see what she eats. We see what she eats all the time.
Hmm.
You know,
Agreed. Yeah.
like that's probably. I mean, and she can literally get order from the kids menu. That would be
Yeah.
more.
Uh,
I mean,
I,
sometimes I like chicken nuggets and fries. Nothing wrong with it. So
I have a question for you, Island Dreamer. So here we are. She had yesterday dinner, and she had breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. And even by dinner, she still seemed really confused about menus and places. Do one more time? These places make it really easy to figure out the menus and where to eat and things like that, right? Because she is
okay,
making it
these all
sound like it's a
inclusive,
national
all
treasure
yeah,
hunt.
all inclusive places
Mhm.
are depending on how many stars they have, but it's all about the service. So all you have to do is ask. All
Okay.
you have to do is ask. And they have people that are at desk just for that, just for
Hmm.
random crazy tourist questions, like is
Hmm.
there water on the other side of the island? We get it
Okay.
all, right?
So she
And
doesn't
it's
need
not,
to be harassing the fellow tourists. There are actually people there that would know she could ask
no,
these
but we
questions of.
already know that she could barely order things
Mm-hmm.
from a restaurant in Ottawa. Like she really,
Mm-hmm.
if it's not on Uber Eats, she doesn't know what to do. If it doesn't have a picture, she doesn't know what to
Mm-hmm.
do. And this is not just because she's not well traveled. This is because she doesn't bother to educate herself on certain things. If I go someplace and I'm not familiar, I'm going to ask. But unfortunately for her, she doesn't play well with others. She thinks every man wants her, and she thinks every woman wants the man that she thinks wants her,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Oh, I
And
thought
all
only
women are
no,
bitches. All women are bitches
yeah.
or
And
haters.
the thing is, it's like she could, if she's nice to Alejandro, he'll be making her the most special drinks ever. You can even get them. I remember one night I was so hungry and all the restaurants were closed. And because I was so nice to the servers at all times, they were like, "We can make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich," and I'm like, "Thank you." Because like it's hard to eat on a schedule like that, like
Mhm.
especially if you're used to like munching in the night. Or and she didn't.
Mhm.
Did she really not take snacks with her? She didn't even take snacks.
Apparently she brought some cheap chocolates, but
Dollar
that's
store
okay
stuff.
because yeah, so she brought cheaps. She said, "I know this stuff is cheap, but that's okay because they like this kind of stuff." Talking about the Cubans.
Oh,
So
she's
she
so
brought some.
insulting. But
I
she
know.
could have bought snacks because like they would sell snacks there, but the snacks are not like they will have like a little gift shop to buy or a little convenience
Yeah.
store to buy like chips and crap like
Hmm.
that. Which she
And would
could
they be
support them.
fairly priced, or would it be like a hospital
No,
prices? You roll in and it's like nine
no.
ninety
I
nine
mean,
for.
everything is fairly priced when you convert it back. It's
Okay.
ridiculous,
Okay.
But I
This is true.
mean,
This is true. You're
but
right.
a lot of people have the idea that that it's all inclusive. Yes, your meals are, but obviously they try to upsell stuff because that's where they're
Hmm.
going to make their money, not on
Yeah.
the cheap watered down
Yeah.
drinks,
Yeah,
you
and I
know?
I I, th I think was it something like from this morning where like coffee is not included? Like some of the drinks aren't included. I got that
No, like, but
or
that's the stuff that you could find out very easily. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it depends on the package that you get because you're probably going to get a wristband saying what package
yeah.
you have, like,
She has a
um,
green wristband. Can you Google what the green wristband at
well, every
Coca
resort,
gets you?
yeah, yeah. Like, who knows? Like, I mean, I would like to think that she went all out, but has she been seen drinking alcohol on? Like, is she drinking alcohol? Is she
Yeah,
may
oh,
end up,
she is.
yeah. And if
Yeah.
she didn't do her research, she may end up with a nice bill before she checks out.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
right.
because if she's
Like,
ordering stuff and she's just given her room number, she might be running a tab. She needs to be sure that stuff that she's getting, especially alcohol, is part of her.
yeah.
Um, Probably when you go to like a lot of the the restaurants that they have that are individual, you pay for the wine, you pay for certain things like that. So
Hmm.
I
There
don't
was
know.
something with the coffee this morning. Not only did she not know the word for coffee or coffee con leche, like she doesn't even know the
The word
basic.
for coffee,
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
didn't even know the word
cafe,
for no.
Yeah.
She
They had to
asked
spell
what
it.
no.
the Spanish word for no was.
Hmm.
But it doesn't matter because if the majority of servers, like I said, because they have people from France, they have people from everywhere, Germany, everywhere. They're going to speak
Hmm.
it. Plus, who doesn't know the word coffee, coffee? They aren't going to understand that,
Yeah.
you
What
know?
do you think, Ray Ray? You
Um.
sitting there? I know you have thoughts up there.
Oh, I have all the thoughts.
The
Um.
thoughts. You've got all the thoughts. Share the
No.
thoughts.
I was along
Hoarder
with
of
what you
thoughts.
were saying with the coffee not being included. Was that because of the lady, the server lady or whatever, who seemed to be like asking her for money when she was like bringing her the coffee? Is that what kind of? Because that's what kind of
Yeah.
confused me. Because
Yeah.
she brought
What
her the
was she
coffee.
asking for, a regular coffee, or was she trying to get a latte? Was she trying? 'Cause I'm sure a regular cup of Americano coffee is going to
Mhm.
be included, but maybe
Hmm.
if she wanted like a cappuccino or something that
This
requires,
the
not just
server
brewed
said,
coffee.
cafe con leche, and Chantal was like, just and so then she kept trying to speak it like if you
But
speak it
she doesn't
louder.
understand. Cafe con leche is coffee with milk. It's a latte,
Yes.
similar to a
Yeah.
latte. Yes.
Yeah. But Chantal, it was like I think she thought if she said it louder and slower in English,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
the
know.
word is so
Yeah.
similar to French. Like latte
Hmm.
is for in Spanish, and was
Yeah.
it late? Lait in I can't pronounce it, but I can spell it in French.
Hmm.
Like,
Yes. So I suspect then you're probably right, Ray, is that it would be an upsell for the lattes and stuff,
yeah.
or you could just have a plain old Americano with some.
Tip me $58. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what I was confused about too. Because yeah, when
Yeah.
she brought her that, and then with
Yeah.
it being all inclusive, but
Yeah.
that makes sense if it. But
Yeah.
when she brought it, it was like this
Yeah.
little like cup of coffee, like.
Like,
But
yeah.
Also,
And did
maybe she
and
got an espresso.
then
because yeah, it was
did you
just
hear
like a little
Chantal
like.
say she didn't
Yeah,
have
that's oh
change? Did you hear that, Ray, where Chantal was saying she didn't have change or something like that? Or
Yeah,
did I
but
just get
yeah,
my
but
wires crossed?
didn't she had just said that she had gotten like change. Didn't she have change? Didn't she have just gotten change?
That's what I thought.
And
But
I don't
then,
think she ever went back to
Oh,
that. Like
like
she didn't
currency
give any
exchange,
money.
maybe.
yeah,
But was she
it
like at a little coffee shop at the resort, or was
no,
it just a regular
it
It
restaurant?
was like the
she was sitting in the
buffet
restaurant and it sounded
restaurant.
like
Yeah.
she ordered coffee from the waitress, and it sounded like the waitress was asking, do you want it with milk or do you just want regular coffee? And Chantal, and then the waitress said something about change or money, and Chantal said, no, I don't have any change, or something like that. um
No, because I find it hard to believe really and truly that, well, even though you said it happened, that they were actually taking cash there. I mean, it would be billed to her as on the room. Like,
I don't know. I'm just
it's
like I said, I'm
weird.
repeating the
Yeah,
Yeah.
conversation,
it's
and like
weird.
maybe it was just Chantal being confused. Like I said, it's
Yeah.
Or she
so.
probably ordered something. They probably have a separate menu to order stuff a la carte or something, which is maybe, I guess we'll know tomorrow. She wanted to tip and wanted change into smaller
Okay.
notes. Oh, okay, cherry
Okay.
Mecca.
Yeah, because
Yeah, okay.
I heard him bringing up change and stuff, but I lost the thread. And I'm like, is she asking for, or is Chantal giving this woman money? Oh, so she can give a $20 bill to a man and no change needed. But if you give it to a woman, I want some change. Okay, I see how you are.
But she doesn't like she could have thought I don't even understand her. Well, hope okay. In all fairness, this was day one technically, right? Full day one where she's in Cuba for the
Mm-hmm.
whole day. That's her first full day. Okay. She should do better tomorrow, in fairness. Because this is really her first international flight outside of going to Florida when she was younger, right? So I will give her, I know great, great, you're not going to give her anything. I'll give her a little benefit of the doubt. Let's see how she handles mañana.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
All
yeah.
right.
Well,
I guess on that note, we might start wrapping everything up. Were you gonna say
mhm.
something, Gregory Bo?
Nope, nope.
All right. So,
Let's.
Ray Ray, I guess you'll start it off if you want to say anything to end things.
Um. Not really. I will just, this whole thing has just been, kind of like a whirlwind, I guess you can say. It's just been like, you never know what's gonna happen. So
Mhm.
I'm ready, I guess, to see what happens tomorrow, what tomorrow brings. Um, but yeah, just other than that, yeah, it's was great being on panel with you guys again,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Gregory Bo.
Oh, I'm just gonna say I pretty much I can just sit here and be like, yeah, what Ray Ray said, yeah, what Ray Ray said, yeah, what Ray Ray said. But no, and I just want to say to people in chat, like sometimes when I say things, I'm asking them as a question. So like, yeah, if you have the answers, thank you for providing some answers, because she was online for a hot minute today, and after a while, it really does start to blend together. And her audio is so bad because you've got the din of the dining room, and she's bumping into the mic, and sometimes it just gets really hard to hear what's going on. So, yeah, it's like I said, I'm hoping day two goes better. I really am, because it was. I hope the intellectual mooch part of her stops. Just yeah, leave everybody alone. Let them have their vacation. You can figure this out, Chantal. It's not that hard. That's all I got.
Okay, Alan Dreamer.
Yeah, sorry. My brain is shutting down, but I just want to say good night to everyone. It's been a blast. I sometimes I feel really bad being on a panel because I think people may be expecting that we have watched things and we are prepared. Island Dreamer and Ray Ray and Great, we're not the host. We're just like everybody in the chat. So you guys, we need to bring some of these great commenters up into this panel because y'all are a trip. So I really appreciate getting to read the comments and I appreciate Monty the forum you've provided for us. So
Mhm.
I can't wait for other people to start joining the panel so I can just be in the chat listening in. So everyone have a great evening. I'll let you know if I catch sight of Foodie Beauty across the pond here in my little neck of the woods. But
If you see her,
tomorrow's
take a
supposed to
picture.
be. If I see her, oh yeah, I will do what she's doing to everybody. Film her for my
Right?
fans.
She thinks she's
That's it.
famous, though.
She is famous for something, all right. All right, back to you, Monty.
Well, thank you, everybody. Like I said, the panels for anybody to join. Originally, it was actually supposed to be for my fire squad members, but I've just opened it up to anybody that wants to come up and say their 2 cents, as long as you remain respectful to the people on the panel and to certain issues, including a lot of sensitive topics right now. One of them being Pete's and his current situation. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. The war is another sensitive issue that's
Mm-hmm.
happening. So certain things just I don't really want people to talk about ad nauseum on the panel because it's just not something to do. So as long as you remain respectful and you're not insensitive, then you're welcome on the panel. But Tara Mama, can I join from a phone? Yes, you can be on the panel from your phone, your
That is what
tablet, or your
that's what
computer.
I'm joining from, Tara. I'm on my phone.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody that's here. I guess we'll do another panel tomorrow whenever I can get the time in between what Foodie Beauty is doing because she's just randomly coming on
Mm-hmm.
and she'll stream for hours on end. So another
Mm-hmm.
day of all day streaming from Foodie Beauty is gonna
Yeah.
be happening
Oh,
at any moment. Yeah, Gregory Bo.
I was gonna say I want to start writing down quotes of the day because she had some beauties fall out of her mouth today where I'm like, oh, I should write that down. She's got some classics. Classics.
Yeah, indeed. So thank you, everybody. Smash that like button. Don't forget that we have a GoFundMe. Samantha, still need your help. I know I've been plugging this for a while. It's inching closer and closer to a year, but I'll still put the link in the chat if anyone wants to donate. Thank you so much again. Everybody that was on, Ray Ray, Greg Grebo, and Island Dreamer. Thank you and have a good one. It's pretty late for me, so I'm going to wrap this up and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye bye.